Kanye West is back in Los Angeles after months of jet-setting from Italy to the Middle East, and has going to need to focus on his property portfolio. The 46-year-old rapper and fashion designer, who is desperate for a comeback after being cancelled over his anti-Semitic remarks last year, apparently has no abode that's in a livable state. He still has several crumbling properties, including a $53 million beachside home with no doors or windows, which he finally put on the market this month. Kanye is known for having big ideas for his business empire and buying property only to abandon projects halfway through. And the past year has been no different, as he left many places to rot when he packed up and headed off with his second wife, Bianca Censori, this summer. He has now been seen back in town with her spending time with his 4 children on Christmas Day at a Lakers game. But he is said to be staying in rented accommodation and hotels still as he bounces around. The beach house back in 2021, Kanye paid a little over $57 million for a sought-after house by the sea in Malibu, designed by celebrated Japanese architect Tadao Ando. He quickly got to work gutting the entire home's interior and allegedly made wild demands. The U.S. Sun later obtained a copy of a lawsuit filed by Tony Saxon, his former project manager, who is suing him in Los Angeles County Superior Court. In court docs, Saxton claimed he refused to remove all the windows and electricity in the home, but his employee expressed concerns about the extreme danger of such actions. The lawsuit, which is still ongoing, said Tony is suing Kanye for multiple labor code violations, unpaid wages, and wrongful retaliatory termination. Kanye's counsel recently filed a 9-page response to the complaint as Saxon claims he is owed $1 million in unpaid wages and damages. It reads, "Defendant denies generally and specifically each and every allegation contained in the complaint, and each and every purported cause of action contained in the complaint and specifically denies that plaintiff has sustained any injury, damage, or loss by reason of any act, omission or breach by defendant and denies that plaintiff is entitled to any or all of the relief requested in the complaint." Kanye has now decided to leave the home in its current state and put it on the market, hiring famous real estate agent Jason Oppenheim, who stars on the reality TV show Selling Sunset. But has asking for about $4 million less than what he paid for. It's priced to reflect the need for the interior finishes to be replaced. On the positive, it can be brought up to 2024 standards. It was built about 10 years ago, Jason said. Yeezy HQ. In March of this year, Kanye quietly bought a 7,416 square foot commercial building on Melrose Avenue in West Hollywood, which was set to be a multi-purpose space for his fashion business. He plunked down $6.7 million and the deal was done through Oxpaha LLC, a Delaware firm incorporated the same month, according to documents. Bianca, who was previously named special power of attorney for another property deal for her husband, is listed as the point of contact for the property. Kanye set up a similar company, Oxpaha Incorporated, when he trademarked the word "use" under some classifications from cosmetics to clothing. But after painting all of the doors and windows gray, it has barely been used and was recently seen covered in graffiti while Ye was off recording his new album in Saudi Arabia. Sources claim the inside of the property is full of half-finished giant wooden structures, and only a few workers on sewing machines have been spotted at the building. LA Ranch. Kanye also owns a $6.2 million property in the hills of Calabasas with 320 acres, where he used to hold his Sunday service sessions some years ago. He bought the home in 2018 and kept it after his divorce from ex-Kim Kardashian, who lives nearby with their 4 children, North, St. Sam, and Chicago. Photographs published earlier this year show there is massive scaffolding around the house on the home, much of which is broken, with white ripped sheets covering it. Kanye has left a number of vehicles at the home, including a $100,000 Sherpa off-road tank/vehicle and a $40,000 Polaris 4x4, which both have flat tires and rust forming. Weeds were seen coming up through the cracks on paved portions of the property, which also has overgrown grass. Most of Kanye's real estate dreams have been left disasters, and this one is no different, with neighbors previously complaining it's become an eyesore. According to the Daily Mail, the estate also features space for vineyards and several swimming pools that have not been maintained since he bought the place. Church School. The artist now known as Ye also snapped up this $1.5 million plot from Cornerstone Christian Church in Northridge, Los Angeles, back in March of this year. He reportedly planned to move his controversial Christian school Donda Academy to the building from a warehouse nearby. More than 12,000 people signed a petition to not have him take over any property from the church after he became friends with former pastor, Roland Nagin, but they were ignored. Photographs recently published by the U.S. Sun show Kanye has unsurprisingly left the area to rot, and overflowing garbage and upside shopping carts fill the front yard. He appears to have done nothing to the home and land in 9 months, and neighbors are also not too happy about the state it's been left in. One said, "I had no idea Kanye bought it, but it's not a good look for the neighborhood. He needs to clean it up. You don't want a bum breaking in and living there." Another added, "I see someone come and check the property every few weeks to make sure it's okay, but they haven't done anything to it. It's been empty for months." Wyoming ranch. Kanye was forced to pull his Wyoming ranch off the market in August 2023, after struggling to find a buyer. He purchased the 3,888-acre plot 2 years earlier for around $11 million. The land includes 2 freshwater trophy lakes, sheds, equine facilities, a lodge, and a go-kart track, which Kanye allegedly had put in when he lived there for a period. Realtors listed it as 61 Nielsen Road, after deciding not to use its original moniker, Monster Lake Ranch, or Westlake Ranch, which Kanye named it. He has bought and sold a number of other properties around town after previously spending large amounts of time in Wyoming with his children and ex, Kim. There was a proposal for the site to build a 52,000-square-foot family mansion with 2 underground garages, but the project was later scrapped. All of the abandoned construction has left 2 huge mud-filled holes, photographs show. According to a source, the property is entirely desolate except for a single security guard patrolling the property.